So today we will talk about the chemistry. This is class number 1 of chemistry, in which we will talk about acid, base and salt. So now first of all I am going to discuss about the acid, that what is a acid. Acid. So now we will talk about the acid. That acid is salt in taste. It changes blue litmus paper into red litmus paper. Here we are talking about litmus paper. So generally a litmus paper, it is a natural paper. Litmus paper is a natural paper which is made up of a lichen. Which is made up of lichen. Lichen is an air pollution. Lichen, which is an air pollution. And it again further it is made up of two things. That first of all, that is fungi and algae. Algae, which is a food, and second one, that is a water fungi. So this is about the acid. That acid is sold in this, and it changes blue litmus paper into the red litmus paper and the litmus paper. That is a natural paper which is made up of a lichen. Lichen, that is an air pollution. And again it is further divided into that fungi and algae. Algae is a food and fungi is a water. Acid is a good conductor of electricity because of a free ion. Acid is a good conductor of electricity because of free ion. Acid is a good conductor of electricity because of a free ion. Now we will discuss about the acid, that it is divided into two parts, that its type. That first one we will talk about strong acid, and second one that is a weak acid. So acid, that strong acid, and second one that is weak acid. We cannot there will be a natural acid. We can say that exactly, we can take it weak acid. Weak acid. So strong acid, that is a synthetic acid. Synthetic acid. That if we take an example HCl, HNO3, and it can burn our skin. It is that much harder that it can burn our skin. And weak acid, that is a natural acid. That it is an eatable. If we talk about example, we can take acetic acid, CS3COO2H5. So this is what about the stronger acid and weak acid. Stronger acid, that is a synthetic acid, whose example are hydrochloric acid and nitric acid, and it can burn our skin. And weak acid, that are natural acid. If we talk about example, that acetic acid, and it is a eatable. And now we are going to discuss about some important acid. That first one is acetic acid. Acetic acid, citric acid, lactic acid, oxalic acid, formic acid, and last one is tartaric acid. So acidic acid, that into vinegar, in which vinegar, and citric acid, that is a lemon, orange, and lactic acid, chemical curd, milk, and oxalic acid, tomato, and formic acid, honeybee, red ant, and tauric acid, that is an unripe mango, or we can say grapes. So these are the some natural acid. That acidic acid, it contains vinegar, citric acid, lemon, orange, lactic acid, curd and milk, oxalic acid, tomato, formic acid, honeybee and red ant, and tauric acid, that is a unripe, and the grapes, unripe mango and the grape. Now we are going to discuss about the chemical of acid, chemical property of acid. The chemical property of acid. Chemical property of acid. Chemical property of acid. That in which first we are talking about when acid react with the metal, then always it will use salt plus hydrogen. That what first chemical reaction, that acid will react with the metal, then always it will be give salt, then it will be give salt plus hydrogen. For an example, let us take acid, that HCl, and metal, that is sodium. So it will be give NaCl, salt plus hydrogen. This is the first chemical reaction. And second one, that acid react with the metal carbonate or metal carbonate or hydrocarbonate, metal hydrocarbonate, then it will be give salt plus water plus carbon dioxide. That second chemical reaction is that when acid react with the metal carbonate or metal hydrocarbonate, then it will give salt, water plus carbon dioxide. For an example, acid we take HCl, and metal carbonate we can take Na2CO3. So it will give NaCl plus water plus carbon dioxide. This is the second chemical reaction. And the third one, that acid react with the metal oxide, then it will be give salt plus water. That acid we can take HCl plus metal oxide, that is NaO2. So then it will be give NaCl plus and water. So this is the third chemical reaction, that acid react with the metal oxide, then it will be give salt plus water. So there is a three chemical property of a acid. That first one, that acid react with the metal, then it will be give salt plus hydrogen. And second one, that acid react with the metal carbonate or metal hydrocarbonate, then it will be give salt plus water plus carbon dioxide. And third one, that acid will react with the metal carbonate, then it will be give salt plus water. And now we will discuss about the base. So now we are going to discuss about the base. Base is sour in taste. Base which is sour in taste, it is a bad conductor of electricity because in that no free ions are there, and it changes red litmus paper into blue litmus paper. Base which dissolve in the water, that are known to be alkaline, or base which dissolve in water is known to be alkaline. What? Base which dissolve in the water, that is known to be the alkali. Every alkali are base, but every base are not alkali. We have to remember this point that every alkali are base, but every base are not alkali. And now we will talk about strong base and weak base. Strong base, weak base. Strong base and weak base. In strong base, that we will discuss that their example is strong base that which release the more hydroxide ion. That is the strong base. And in weak base, that which release less hydroxide ion. And after that, in strong base, we can take a strong bases are so just like example NaOH, KOH, and in weak base their example are FeOH and MgO. That is a milk of magnesia. So this is what about the strong base and weak base. In acid, one point we have left that the strong acid which release the more hydrogen ion, and weak base that which release the less hydrogen ion. This point which we have left in the acid, we have to remember it that now I am going to write it this point again that general difference between acid and base are that acid base, that in acid it release H plus ion, that hydrogen ion. Acid it release hydrogen ion. Base it release OH ion, that hydroxide ion. And in acid that it is a good conductor of electricity. Good conductor of electricity. It is a bad conductor. It is a bad conductor of electricity. And third point, that is a sour in taste and it is a bitter in taste. Now, chemical property of base. Chemical property of base. That the first one is base plus metal. That will give salt plus hydrogen. That base we can take NaOH plus metal. That we are going to take it J. So it will be give Zn. It will be give Na2 CO, Na2 Zn2 plus oxygen, hydrogen. That is the base O2, and here O2 is also there. So this is base plus metal. It will be give salt plus hydrogen, and this reaction is also known as Zincate reaction. This reaction is also known to be the Zincate chemical reaction. And one more chemical reaction of a base, that base react with the non-metal. That it will be give salt plus water. That base is NaOH plus non-metal we are taking CO2, carbon dioxide. So it will be give Na2CO3 plus water. So these are the two chemical property of a base. That first one, that base react with the metal, then it will be give salt plus hydrogen. And second one, that base will react with the non-metal, then it will be give salt plus water. And now we will discuss about the neutralization reaction. That what is a neutralization reaction? Neutralization reaction. So now we are discussing about the neutralization reaction. In neutralization reaction, that acid react with the base, then it will be give salt plus water. This reaction is known to be the neutralization reaction, and from this reaction the formation of a salt. So we can say that a neutralization reaction that is the formation of a salt. For an example, if we take about acid that is HCl, and base that is NaOH, and the salt. From there we will get NaCl plus H2O, and this NaCl here we obtain the salt. So this is what we have discussed about the neutralization reaction, that acid react with the base, then it will be give salt plus water. And now we will discuss about the pH scale. pH scale. Now we are discussing about the pH value, or we can say pH scale. The full form of a pH, that is a power of hydrogen, or we can say potential of hydrogen. Potential of hydrogen. So we are talking about pH value. The full form of a pH value, that is a power of a hydrogen or potential of a hydrogen. It was discovered by the S.P. Shortsen. It was discovered by the S.P. Shortsen in 1909. That's pH scale. That it is a pH scale which is from 0 to 14, and 7 is a neutral. From the 7, if we move forward, then it is an increasing order of a base. Increasing order of base. From 7, if we move backward, then it is an increasing order of a acid. So we can say that 0 is the strongest acid, and the strongest acid, that is a HCl, and 40, that is the strongest base, and that is a NaOH. And some important value of pH that we have to remember it, that the milk, if we talk about milk, whose pH scale value is 6.6, and saliva, that is 6.7, human blood, that is 7.4, blood or urine we can also say, that is 7.4. Milk of magnesia, what milk of magnesia, that is MgOH, that is antacid. Milk of magnesia, that is antacid, therefore whose pH scale is a thing. And yes, human body pH scale is between 7 to 8. Between 7 to 8, it is a human body of a pH scale. So this is what about the pH scale. And next, now we will discuss about some uses of acid and some uses of a base. Now we are discussing about uses of an acid. Some uses of acid, in which first thing we are discussing about HCl. HCl, which is a hydrochloric acid, it is present in stomach. It's present in stomach, which produce the acidity, in our body. It is used to make a pen. It is used to make a pen. It is also used in the factories. It is also used in the factory. And the next we are talking about sulfuric acid, that is H2SO4. That is a sulfur. It is a HCl, that is a hydrochloric acid. And next we are talking about sulfuric acid, that is a sulfuric acid. That H2SO4, that is a sulfuric acid. Sulfuric acid, when we talk about sulfuric acid, that it is known as king of acid, king of acid, king of chemical, battery acid. It is also known to be battery acid, oil of withdrawal, and it is also used in the fire extinguisher. So this is what about the sulfuric acid. Sulfuric acid is known to be the king of acid, king of a chemical, oil of withdrawal, fire extinguisher, and it is also a battery acid. And next we are talking about the acidity ring. Acid ring, that is the acid ring. Yes, acid ring. In acid ring there is a two acid, which is H2SO4 plus HNO3, whose pH scale less than 5.6. So this is what about the acid rain. In acid rain there is a two acid, that's sulfuric acid and nitric acid, and whose pH scale is less than 5.6. And aquera, there is a aquera. What aquera? There is a aquera. Aquera, in that also there is a two acid, that is HCl plus HNO3. That HCl HNO3, which are is in the 3:1, that in which 3 ratio of HCl and 1 ratio of nitric acid, aquera. And now we will discuss one more acid is named, that is a acidic acid. Acidic acid. Now we are talking about acidic acid. So acidic acid, that's its chemical formula is CS3COO C2H5. It is an acidic acid which is used in the formation of ether, which is used in the formation of ether. And nail polish, to remove the nail polish, then also acidic acid is used, and their chemical is vinegar. And so this is what about the uses of acid, in which we have discussed about the hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid, and nitric, and yes, acidic acid, and we have discussed about the acidic acid. And now we will discuss about some uses of a base. Uses of base, and now we are going to discuss about the uses of base. Uses of base. Uses of base. In uses of base, the first one, that is NaOH. That is a sodium hydroxide. That we are talking about NaOH, sodium hydroxide. In sodium hydroxide, that it is used is in the strong salt. That it is uses in strong salt, and that it is also known to be the caustic soda. Caustic soda. So NaOH, that is a sodium hydroxide, it is uses in the strong salt, and it is also known to be the caustic soda. And next one we are talking about the KOH, that is a potassium hydroxide. Potassium hydroxide. Next one, that is a potassium hydroxide. Potassium hydroxide, that is a weak salt, which is like, for example, soap, cream of hair. These are made through the potassium hydroxide. And next one, now we are discussing about CaOH. That is a slake lime. Calcium hydroxide, that it is a calcium hydroxide. Calcium hydroxide, that it is a calcium hydroxide, that it is a calcium hydroxide, right, which is eatable. It is a eatable also, exactly, that it is a eatable. Calcium hydroxide, that is also known to be slake lime. But calcium hydroxide, that it is also known to be slake lime. Slake lime is a calcium hydroxide, that is CaOH2. And next one, now we will talk about the bleaching powder. Bleaching powder. That now we are discussing about the bleaching powder, that is CaOCl2. That is a bleaching powder exactly. So now we are talking bleaching powder. It is used in the purification of water. What? Purifying of water. Purifying of water. It is used in the purifying of water. And bleaching powder. That after that we are talking about washing soda. That before washing soda we will discuss about baking soda. Baking soda. That baking soda. Baking soda, its chemical is NaHCO3. NaHCO3 baking soda. It is used for the bakery. It is used in the bakery. And one more left, that is a washing soda. Washing soda. In washing soda, we are talking about Na2CO3 10H2. So this is what about we are talking about washing soda. Na2 10H2, Na2CO3 10H2. Washing soda, which is used in the, which helps in to clean the permanent cleanness. Permanent cleanness, which is used in the permanent cleanness. And now the last one we will discuss about the plaster of Paris. So now we will discuss about the plaster of Paris. Plaster of Paris. That now we are going to discuss about the plaster of Paris. That Ca calcium sulfate plus 2 water, that will be broken into Ca calcium hydroxide plus half water plus half water. So this, where is it to water? That it is known to be the gypsum. That is known to be the gypsum. And after that, there is a calcium hydroxide plus 1 water, that is known as plaster of Paris. That is known as PUP, plaster of Paris. Its uses of a plaster of Paris. Uses of plaster of Paris. It is used to form a toy. To form a toy. It is used to form a toy, and it's used in bone. And it's also uses in bones. So, and many other examples of also there of its uses. So this is what about the plaster of Paris. So like that way we have completed our acid base salt chapter. Thank you.